What if I told you there's a version of Marrakesh reserved for the ultra-rich? Properties that redefine what 5-star means. I'm your favorite travel advisor, and I'm taking you behind these closed doors today. First door, legendary luxury. Second door, hidden tranquility. And the third door, well, this changes everything. Welcome to Marrakesh! I'm starting with the oldest luxury property in Marrakesh, La Mamounia. The legendary La Mamounia opened in 1923, and if you think you know luxury hotels, you don't know this one. It started its life as a royal gift to Prince Mamoun for his wedding as a garden, which was later turned into a luxury hotel. And when Winston Churchill called this the most lovely spot in the whole world, he wasn't being dramatic. He would wander from balcony to balcony, following the sun on its daily routine to render the colors of his paintings as real as possible. But here's what most people miss. This isn't just a hotel, it's a masterclass in constant reinvention. This original red woodwork you're seeing, it was painstakingly restored, and there have been major renovations throughout the decades, but the building never lost its soul. Despite it being a big building, it doesn't really have that resort feel, and the real secret is 20 acres of lush gardens full of orange and olive trees, roses and towering palms, and yes, they do grow their own olives. Welcome to my private paradise, the Churchill Suite. This is what I call Berber chic. It overlooks the private gardens of the hotel and the royal palace. Yes, the current royal palace. It's a unique blend, French elegance, Moroccan soul, and Berber authenticity wrapped in international standards. This is what I called Art Deco meeting Moorish design. If you like a bit of glitz and glamour, La Mamounia is where everyone goes when they come to Marrakesh. The list is extensive, from Churchill, de Gaulle, Nelson Mandela, Yves Saint Laurent, Charlie Chaplin, Elton John. The list reads like who's who of 20th century. And during the Marrakesh Film Festival, you're standing right next to Marion Cotillard without even trying. It's spectacular, it's iconic, but it's also where everyone knows to look. Which brings us to door number 2. You walk off a chaotic street, bicycles, carts, noise. You push through a carved wooden door and suddenly, time just stops. This is Villa des Orangers, and this is where I went, not to be seen, but to disappear completely. Built in 1930s, this traditional riad wasn't converted to a hotel until 2001. It took the country's finest craft workers 9 months to complete the renovation, fully respecting the local traditions. 27 rooms, that's it. 3 beautiful courtyards with fountains, surrounded by galleries of chiseled plaster. Birds literally come here to drink water from the pools, and you're between the Royal Palace and Jamal Fana Square, but you'd never know it. And here's what I really love. The rooms aren't trying to impress you. They're simple, elegant, and comfortable with beautiful hand-carved furniture. They're not stealing the show, they're part of it. I sat in the courtyard watching the light change on the stucco work, and I wondered, how long did it take to build? The sense of wonder just lingers everywhere. And in the heat of Marrakesh, there's this phenomenon. The mildly cold wind that moves through these spaces, it's like the building breathes. And the hammam, this is my favorite hammam in Marrakesh. They do the traditional scrub and hammam ritual under the stars. It started with a scrub and steam with traditional black soap, and within the next hour, all my dead skin was gone. But my favorite part was the massage under the stars. They took an ancient concept and elevated it to something transcendent. I sat in wonder before disappearing into my room and woke up to a beautiful world next morning. This is my choice when my clients ask me about the ultimate Riad experience. This is what Marrakesh feels like when you're not performing, when you're not being seen, when you're just being. So we have the legend and the sanctuary, but remember I said there was a place no one talks about. What if I told you the best luxury experience in Marrakesh isn't in Marrakesh at all? Before I show you my favorite find, the link on your screen is for my website. I help you discover hidden destinations that rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit, just like these. If you're looking for travel that truly transforms you, not just another tourist trap, reach out to me. Now, let me take you to the high Atlas Mountains next for a very special place. "60 minutes from Marrakesh. That's all it takes, but most travelers never make this ride. I came here for 2 nights and I stayed for 4. I just couldn't leave. This is Kasbah du Toubkal, my favorite find that mixes adventure, Berber tradition, and wellness with amazing views of Atlas Mountains. It sits at 1820 meters in the village of Imlil with stunning views of Mount Toubkal, the highest mountain in North Africa and the second tallest in the whole of African continent. It's just an hour from Marrakesh, but the peace and seclusion here are so complete, the city seems a million miles away. Here's the first difference. You park below and walk 15 minutes uphill. The mules carry your luggage, no cars, no engines, just the sound of your footsteps and the mountains. It's not sanitized luxury, this is very real. And when you arrive, you understand why Condé Nast Traveler called this having the best rooftop views in North Africa. I had breakfast and lunch on this terrace. Watching the light change on Mount Toubkal, every meal felt like an event. Not because of the ceremony, but because of where you are. And there's an infinity pool, but you're not looking at an ocean, you're looking at the entire mountain range. Villages scattered below, Mount Toubkal rising above, and it's also an amazing spot for yoga. My room is luxurious, yes, but it truly blends the Berber culture with modern amenities. And here's my favorite bit. It's an incredible step to preserve the local culture. The entire building, in fact, has been resurrected from derelict ruins that could have been lost to time and restored based on local tradition and culture. And here's what made me stay the extra nights, the hiking and hospitality. I went on a loop hike through Berber villages and I could still see the traditional irrigation canals called khatera. They're still functioning after centuries. There are stone-built homes built into the hillside, and then lunch at a local Berber home. The hospitality, the food, the genuine warmth. This is why I became a travel advisor. You can't manufacture these moments, you can only facilitate access to them. I can't wait to go back and meet my hosts again. By the way, the base camp of Mount Toubkal is a day's walk away, and this is the ideal starting point for an ascent. They also have a camp on the way for multi-day trekking, and you can arrange the entire experience through them. But you don't have to summit Africa's highest peak. You can just be here. And to add to the experience, the hammam here, it's not 5-star spa luxury. It's authentic, old style. They light a fire underneath to heat the place the way it's been done for centuries. I felt all my fatigue after the hike melt away before an amazing night of sleep in perfect quiet. The staff was incredibly warm and knowledgeable, and I realized that's because they are locals. The Kasbah actively works with the local community with so many outreach programs, but this isn't poverty tourism. This isn't performative. I didn't even know much of it until I came back and did some research on the place. This is a community that welcomed outside investment and created something remarkable. This is what I mean by wellness. It's not just spa treatments or meditation or yoga retreats. It's reconnection with landscape, with culture, with people who still live in the rhythm with these mountains. Three hotels, three completely different philosophies of luxury, whether it's reinvention, tranquility in chaos, or the secret gem. This is what I do as a travel advisor, because there's a difference between knowing where you stay and knowing where you should stay. But these three hotels, they're just the beginning. There are 5 secrets hiding in plain sight in Marrakesh, places only locals know, experiences the guidebooks miss, and things I discovered after thorough research and wandering around. In the next video, I'm breaking them down. Click the link above and meet me there because you thought the Kasbah was a surprise? Well, just wait.